All righty. Let's see here. I think I can see that. Let's do this. On top of that. Who the fuck? Oh, yeah. I'm getting all these messages because. All right. I guess the vocals are good. Levels are good. Bunch of hard-headed motherfuckers that's not tuned in again. It's amazing you guys want to be rappers, huh? I'm an asshole. That's just what I do. All right, I'm Anthemus. Today, we're talking about PROs. There's really only three. My brothers and sisters in Canada have SOCAN. I wouldn't even bother with anybody else. But performance rights organizations are the watchdog of the industry. They're there to help you get your money. They're here to help you get money for the music you do. Now, the traditional PROs are ASCAP, BMI, I'll even give you the top and bottoms right there. And then we have three, which we're not even going to cover CSAC, but I want to let you know that they're there. So there's CSAC, and then that A is for other. We'll see. So I'm going to take CSAC out just so you know it was there, right? It doesn't apply to you or me or anybody unless you're established. If you're established, then CSAC will come to you. You got to apply for them. You can't, or it may be by invite only. I don't know. It's pretty exclusive. Funny story. ASCAP, the old saying or the old story, the old tale is that ASCAP, I didn't try to hit that at all, so I'm going to get out of that and wait for his call. ASCAP was started by a guy, an artist. He was sitting in a coffee shop and he heard somebody playing his music, like at the coffee shop, and he was thinking, I should get paid for this. Thus, ASCAP was born, but it's born from the industry, from the artist part, right? So we just essentially will say that this is a artist-centric organization, an artist-centric organization. Let's see, it is, I think it's $70 to register as an artist, artist, author. And it's another $80 to be a publisher. Now, if you are an artist in ASCAP and you don't do publisher, like if you're trying to get signed to a label and you're trying to be, represented, and you don't need your own publishing, then you're essentially going to pay the $70, and then we'll call it even, and then you get that. You get 50% of the publishing. So a song, you perform a song or it gets played on radio stations, things of that nature. You get 50% of the royalties. 50%. But you do not get the other 50% because another 50% goes to the publisher. Period. Right? The thing about ASCAP is you sign up as an artist, you're like, all right, well, I'm just going to spend the $70 at ASCAP. I'm going to spend $70 and then I'm going to go, hold on a second, because I want to know how the fuck that's even possible. All right, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm spending $70 because I'm cheap and I'm trying to get this done now. Well, your song makes money, you only get 50% of your song. Even if you produced it, you did everything. All you're getting is 50% of that song. That's it. That's all you're gonna get is 50% of that song. So that's probably not good, right? You don't want that. So you will end up paying $150 to be able to be completely mobile with your song, to have your song have the mobility so that you can get that money. 100% of it, you have to sign up as a publisher here. It's for a separate fee, right? It's one-time fee. The thing about SoundCloud is I believe they have a $100 floor for checks. So they don't send you anything. I'm gonna turn this off. I was trying to wait on a call from Trey because I wanted him to join us in this call. $100. If you get anything under $100, they don't send that check. They don't send that paper check. Most of you niggas ain't got bank accounts either, so get a bank account so that even if you make $1, they will send it to you through digital and direct deposit, right? Most of these organizations will pay you quarterly, which is every 3 months. So that's January through March, April through July, no, April through June, I think. April, May, June, yeah, June, and July to September, and then October to December. I have no idea why I just had a brain fart there. That doesn't happen to me. Usually, it doesn't happen. Those are the 4 quarters of a year. Whenever you hear of somebody talk about a fiscal quarter in a year, it's like different. But those are the 4 quarters. Those are quarters of the year. Every 3 months you can get paid. As long as you have $1 and direct deposit, you can make your dollar from my ASCAP. You want a paper check, you need to make at least $100 to get the paper check sent to you. The thing, the upside of ASCAP is there's some very interesting member benefits when you sign up, things like hotel and things of that nature. And it's all good and well, right? These are okay things to have. So, but there's a huge downside, I think, from ASCAP, and that is if you don't make $100, say you're a broke ass rapper and you don't know nothing about your own fucking finances and you ain't got a bank account or even, a way to get money moving from digital to real life application. If you don't make that $100 and you're still needing the check, you make $90. You make $90. They're holding that till you get the next 10. So all year long, all you make is $90 all year long of this. Then they still holding your money till they see that 100. So 2 options: get a bank account or find a way to sell more music to get your royalties for publishing. Get a couple more spins on the radio or something. Call all your friends. Since last week or the week before, we was talking about Facebook optimization and using the algorithm correctly. You don't want to use the algorithm correctly, well then you fuck, right? So I expect you to be the kind of dude who play my shit. So you can ask your friends to play you on the radio station that you get submitted to or whatever. All right, so BMI. The origin of BMI is essentially a response to the origin of ASCAP. It's the Broadcasters Music Index. So this is from the side of the business, like not just musicians, but like the radio stations themselves and management inside of those. So this is a little more business oriented. When I was younger, I was very in favor of ASCAP, and recently I've been in favor of ASCAP. But when you're talking about rap and hip hop, a lot of us that we're doing that rap shit. BMI is probably the way to go. So if you are in ASCAP like I am, you have to submit a letter of essentially resignation from them, and you have to wait 6 months, and then you can jump over to BMI. You cannot be represented by both. This A mark right here, you can be represented by these companies and this special company I'm going to talk about over here. You can't do both of them, but you cannot do ASCAP and BMI. You have to choose one, right? So the thing about BMI is it's free. It used to not be free, but I haven't done anything with BMI in forever anyway. But it's ostensibly say it costs. Let's say it costs $100, right? Just to be fair to ASCAP. Let's say it costs $100. You get to register as the author and the publisher. So regardless of what you're registered as, if you're the author, BMI pays you 100% of your royalties. 100% of your royalties come to you if you're the person who registered the song. Period. End of discussion. You get 100% of your royalties. You don't have to double register, say you're a publisher. Now, if you're a publisher and you want to represent other artists, you're going to have to be a publisher through ASCAP. You can be an artist through BMI, but you have to be a publisher through ASCAP. If you're an artist trying to be a publisher, like you just some regular fucking schmo like me, and you want to be a publisher, you have to go to ASCAP. You can't do that through BMI. BMI is more along the lines of the actual artistry. All right, so maybe he will call. We'll see. I'm gonna leave that open. Here's another thing here. You gotta have $200 though. Or it's $250. I think it might be $250. If somebody wants to double check that, I'll just leave that window. $200 to $250. $200 to $250 is the floor for them to send you a paper check, right? Every quarter is what they do. If you have direct deposit, I believe it's $2 is the floor now. Instead of $1 and they'll send you your money, if you get $2 through BMI, you get your money direct deposited. You need your money now, right? The upside, the benefit here, like we were talking about, if you're short for the end of the year and ASCAP keeps your money, if you're short with BMI at the end of the year, they just cut you what they owe you. They just clean the quarter out and you can start over next year, essentially. So that's the upside is you're supposed to have $200 in order for them to issue you a paper check. Same dude, broke ass rapper, no bank account, trying to get his money, has $190. $190 that he couldn't move. I believe that's not. I don't know. I don't think every quarter. I think they'll wait to the following quarter. But if it lasts all year for you to get to 190, you're like right at the cusp of the whatever it is, or 240 if it's the 250 side. They'll just send you that shit. They're like, here you go. So that's the upside to that. Again, operationally, these are not different organizations. They do the same thing. They are watchdogs. They are out there monitoring all the restaurants and radio stations and just everywhere. Yeah, more than radio stations. Like they trying to see if people are covering your music, or when you go and perform to protect yourself on a big stage. You get on a big tour where royalties have to be paid. To artists by the venues that they're paying the performance rights organizations. They're sending that money here, and those people will send you your check, right? That's also good to be ASCAP. I guess ASCAP or BMI, doesn't matter. As a producer, if you're looking for sync licensing, things like that, make a little bit of money. And so, I don't know. Nobody's watching this, so I don't know if you motherfuckers gonna get this or whatever. I don't see comments, nothing. Y'all just know this shit apparently, right? I'm over here just speaking into the void. I probably could have saved my morning, couldn't I? I could have done something else with my fucking time. But, somebody had a question about this. 9 sent them my way. And instead of giving them just a one-fer, and I tell one dude about it, and he's just forever empowered over the rest of you schmucks, I decided I was going to do the whiteboard session on it so that more people can just get this information and be done, right? But, all right, our special performance rights organization that is, whether we consider it new or not, this is one of the most flexible organizations, right? So if your music is being played on Sirius XM, if your music is being played on SoundCloud, if your music is being played on iTunes, Spotify, everything, you want to be associated we talked about this last week. I didn't get too in depth with it. But this is what we're getting in depth with now. Sound Exchange. What's up, Blaney? I'm trying to see why. And Trey's gonna be upset. He's gonna be like, man, you did a show without me, instead of I'm like, man, y'all was here. I'm gonna put the phone right next to the microphone just in case he calls, y'all can hear him. You know what I'm saying? You can hear his voice. He's the guy that's going to get you guys dealt with publishing and whatnot. I'm just explaining it to you. So if you want to be represented by a member of BAFA, one of the admins, if you trust us, obviously you trust us with this stuff because we don't give you a reason not to. He's essentially the admin that you're going to go to when you have music that you want to get synced, licensed. But you are going to have to get it protected. So you got to have your PRO in check. Sound Exchange, free to join. This is free to join. They are the other two on drugs, on crack. This is a beast. Sound Exchange is a beast. They protect you like a motherfucker. If you sign up tomorrow, they're going to conduct a search on your music. If they find any music, they're going to pay you retroactively. They're a nonprofit organization, so they got your money from your music being played last year, and they having this just sitting, waiting for you to sign up and come get it. That's how cold-blooded Sound Exchange is, for real. I don't know any organization that does that. Like, oh, you're supposed to be getting paid for 2015, 2008. Here's your money. Here's a $800 check for 10 years of work, right? But you didn't know it was coming, right? You didn't know it was there. And now you got $800 just because you've been in music for so long. You don't even know where half your music is. You probably got old songs that you've already redid, but you got paid for. Like, Sound Exchange ain't no joke, man. They're a beast. So it's a very lengthy process. You gotta have a checking account because you gotta have a voided check for your direct deposit, right? They're gonna tell you to put your ID up to their webcam so they can have you on file, your face with your ID. There's none of that bullshit, right? But they're the ones who protect when you want to get that digital distribution and have all your shit playing on non-interactives. So the non-interactives would be Sirius. So the playlist that you can create, SoundCloud, things like that, then your ASCAP and your BMI protect you there. But for shit like stuff that people can't choose what they play, they can't skip, move forward, things like that, like any other playlist that you get on, Friday playlist on Spotify, you can skip, you know what I'm saying? You can skip a track. When Milk was out, you can skip a track. Rhapsody, all these other iHeart Music, you can skip those places. You can skip songs. When you get to entities that you can't skip the songs, like, you know, Shady Radio or whatever, Shade Radio 45 or whatever the fuck that is, you can't pick that playlist. But Sound Exchange protects you when you play it on those playlists. You get paid. These people pay a fee. It's going to be monthly or yearly or whatever. They pay a huge fee to be able to play your music, right? You plus 2 Chainz plus, you know, Cardi B plus the Migo plus MC no nothing like you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both are no names, but you're in there with the playlist getting played. That money is sitting there. They dole it all out to all the other artists. They, you know, this was for the Cardi B, this was for the, and here are these other 2 yokels that, and the money's just not anywhere being used. It's nowhere. It's just sitting there waiting for you to go, that's me. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Sound Exchange does. They're a pit bull. They're not just a watchdog. They go get your money, right? Again, it is free to do. It's a process that takes a while, but that's the best organization you can get involved in today's music industry. Like what we're trying to do today is Sound Exchange. I'm not going to get into what they're being paid. This is a very short one because I didn't need. The last week I covered three subjects, so it was a big one. It was a longer one. This one is not that long. It's very simple. So I just explained. PROs, performance rights organizations, are watchdogs that help get you paid when your music is being used by the world. Let's see. The difference between them is from a topical standpoint, from a very unsubstantial standpoint, a very cosmetic standpoint. One is started from artists and the other one started from the industry. When you get down into the nitty gritty, there are like just stark contrast between them. One does this, the other one goes the other way. One does this, the other one goes. But the one thing that they do is they protect you, the artist. The way they get there, that's their business model. So you have to do your research. Go to bmi.com, ascap.com, and you can always look around. Also, when it comes to picking a performance rights organization, you can call these motherfuckers, right? You can email the people that are supposed to be representing you in these organizations. If they're doing what they're supposed to do and calling you and you're calling them, they're answering the phone, they're like, oh, hey, MC Nobody, this is, good to hear from you. So what are you ready to take the next step? Or they're calling you, or they'll say, yeah, let's go ahead and do a call on Friday. And then they don't call on Friday, then you got to make all the calls. Fuck them, you know what I'm saying? For real. Because if they're there, I mean, they get paid by the multitude of artists using their services. Right? If you go to them, it's because you're serious enough you expect to make money with music. That's how they make money, is a little bit off your music. So come on now. Like don't play around. Then Sound Exchange. Sound Exchange, for what we do in this industry, when it comes to rapping, producing, all that other stuff, like Sound Exchange it's your pocket knife. If BMI and ASCAP are your suit of armor, where you think that you need this big thing, because you need them, you know what I'm saying? But where you at right now, again, welcome to the guerrilla method. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the do-it-yourself guerrilla method. Get registered with Sound Exchange, because 80% of your fucking shit that you do as a rapper these days is online. Why would you Why would you prevent yourself from being protected while you're doing your music and business and things online? You have to protect yourself in the area that you are. Like, essentially, if we're going to use all these, analogies and metaphors, if we were talking about one set being armor, PROs being armor, the other one being a pocket knife, it's essentially like the sport, right? If you're supposed to be showing up at a basketball court and you don't have basketball shoes, but you think, oh, well, I got cleats because it's for a sport, and you think you're going to go play ball in cleats just because you're like, no, it doesn't matter if it's the same sport. It's a sport. I'm being active. That's not how it works. You're going to bust your shit, get a broken ankle, and you might hurt somebody, get into a fight, get shot in the parking lot. I've seen niggas get shot losing basketball games and shit. But what I'm saying is, when you are online, Sound Exchange is your basketball shoes, right? And even though BMI and ASCAP are your cleats, there's going to be a time where you need to get into the field too. So you have to be able to have both sets. You have to have both uniforms, both fucking shoes, whatever we're going to call them, right? This was a short one. Again, like I said, you can, you're looking for royalties for your music. You just go to rapveterans.com and find out all the information about music monetization. And that's where we get it. When it comes down to the performance rights organizations, they're self-explanatory. They're there to help you, to make money for you. And you got to do what you got to do. I want to get Trey in a call sometime so that we can go over a little bit of licensing. Next week I'm going to talk about, what was I going to talk? I think I put something in the message, so I'll post about it, but I plan to try to do this for a few. Maybe I might be something about promotions, I'm guessing, or some graphic design, things like that. Not everything's going to be the most gemful shit that you'll ever see, right? Not everything's just going to be that it looks like I'm just giving away the game, right? Sometimes it'll seem that way. Sometimes I might be saying shit you already know. I cannot believe, maybe it's just too early and some niggas' heads on the pillow, right? But I cannot believe that out of almost 11,000 people, that only 2 of y'all is really getting information. You know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 of y'all is like, I need this information. The rest of y'all is like, performance rights, who? I got this. It baffles me. But maybe you guys will tune in after it's all done and we're live. But I appreciate you being with me, everybody. Blaney, appreciate your comments. I'm going to go ahead and love those, right? So we end the game. But this is Anthemus from rapveterans.com and RapVet Live, admin for Bafa. We love you. If you're new, welcome to the party. Follow the fucking rules. And if you got questions, ask them. There's somebody on here that's going to show you what it's about, right? There's somebody on here. We got a lot of members, and we ain't like those other groups. We fuck with each other, you know what I'm saying? Blaney said, they sleep. I like money. Hey, well, again, early bird catches the worm. You gonna be armed with the information hours before they are. Even if they get it, you got it first. But I appreciate you being here with me, man. And everybody else that might have tuned in and saw a little bit, and anybody in the future that's tuning in, even if you're tuning in and you was asleep while I went live, I still love you. But, you full of shit. So let's fix that. Let's make some money. Let's get this music done. Bye, baby. The army is here.